Appreciate you doing this interview for sure.
Good, man. Shit. Is it blurry to you too? Or am I tripping?
A little bit, but usually when I be looking at my YouTube, it be looking blurry a little bit, but it be decent on the camera. There you go, yeah. So we sitting here today. We got Marvin Bracy Williams Jr. Man, you had a hell of a life so far, man.
Yeah,
Hell of a life. So it says you're from Orlando, Florida. Just explain like some of the things you had to overcome being born over there.
When people hear Orlando, Florida, they think automatically Disney. Man, that shit ain't in Orlando. That shit in Lake Buena Vista. But people think Disney, man. People forget that there's a world outside of Disney. People going through real life stuff. I lost my pops at 10.
Damn, sorry to hear that, bro.
Nah, it's all good. My mom and daddy had me at 16. So, I'm a product of a young pregnancy. So my mom was growing up when I was growing up. I've lost, countless cousins, countless friends, to the streets and, stuff like that. But overall, man, like I turned out, successful. So, I owe it all to that.
For sure. The fact that you did turn out successful, you had to have like a crazy support team. Explain some of the support that you had growing up.
So for me, I grew up Section 8 food stamps. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about me, man, I never looked at the positive. I never looked at the negatives. And so, once people realized I had a talent, things got a little easier. I had a family that I was real close with in high school. They, made sure that I was taken care of, man. I had a coach that he actually coached me for free.
Oh, wow.
He's actually part of the reason why I got started in track. Well, not part of the reason why I got started in track and field, but he's part of the reason why I continue with track and field. He was a big influence on my decision to go to FSU. He's actually the coach there now. Ricky.
Okay.
He was, part of my support system. And, the school, Boone High School in itself, man, them people made sure they did everything in their power to make sure that, I was a successful young athlete. And so I owe it all to them.
For sure. So I don't think people really understand how important it is to like athletes that come from poverty. Like just a support factor and people that believe in you, that mean a lot. Like you said, you went to Boone High School. Explain how Boone High School like molded you into the man you are today.
Well, okay, so I started out at Oak Ridge. I started at high school. I was there for like 6 weeks. And I wanted to play football in high school, man, and I wanted to go to the best school. So at the time, Boone High School had just went to the state championship. So, a lot of people don't know this story, but, I transferred to Boone like freshman year, like week 5, week 6. And they wouldn't even let me play freshman football. I came too late. So I didn't play football. I didn't run track my freshman year. Like I didn't like track. Like I'm finna run out there, man. And so my sophomore year, I ended up playing JV football. I scored like 2-3 times a game, but I didn't get moved up. So at the end of my sophomore year, all my boys was like, "Hey man, we're gonna go out and run track. Like you might as well come out with us. You kind of fast." Not knowing that year I went from 10-8 to 10-1 and I won a state championship in track. So everybody was like, so then the thing about I just came out of thin air. Everybody like, who the hell is this? Who is this kid? I didn't do AAU, Junior Olympics, Junior. I didn't do none of that. Like I wasn't into track. Not to throw shade at it, but it just wasn't my thing. I was a football guy. And so, like I said, once people realized that I had a hidden talent, people started kind of, looking out for me, and it made stuff easier. And then, me coming from the hood, man, I come from the ugly, and I wouldn't have any other way. But me coming from that and going to a predominantly white high school, it changes you a little. You get more you get more cognizant of like everything around you and realizing that everything ain't bars on the windows. And
yeah, for sure. You see another life.
Like, don't get me wrong. Now, I go back to my hood. I chill. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm. But you realize that there is you learn what the suburbs is.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up integrating. Like once think about you from Monday to Friday, from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm at school with these people all day. At practice with them. For another 2-3 hours. Sometimes hanging out with them on the weekends. So it showed me that there's a different side to life, and that's kind of the life I'm living now. Like I'm a professional athlete. I live in the suburbs, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
I'm glad that I've gotten to experience this before I had to experience this.
Yeah, for sure. You blessed for real. Because like I said, like how I just moved to Houston, I'm from St. Louis. So like it go from seeing that side, seeing that every day. Like I went to high school with Mike Brown. Like
Okay,
so
okay.
it's like going through that and then now being in Houston, it's like I'm seeing a whole different life that I didn't even know. And it's better actually. Like I have no problem with it at all.
Yeah, no, you just definitely, man. You definitely need that. You need those experiences in life. You need to learn that it gets different outside them trenches, outside them gates, man. It's a world out there, and like that's what Boone was for me. Like I went there and I went to see so many white people. I'm like, what the, what my people at,
For
and
sure.
it was just
That
different.
name Bracy is get. Do you have a little brother that went to William Penn?
Yeah, that's my little brother. He Keith S.
I went to Penn with him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my boy. He right here. He live with me right here.
I went to Penn with him, man. He used to be in my room all the time. Him, K-Dog.
That's my little big brother, man. Hey, dude, man. He say what the
CB. Just tell him my name's CB.
He see. What's up, big dog?
Oh, what up with you, my boy?
Man, hey, CB. Hey, my man. How much business, bro? They're my shorts. Let me get my shorts. Yeah, that's my boy, man. Yeah, that's my boy, man.
I think that's actually how I found you on Instagram one day. I was on his page and I was like, "Oh, dang, you got a brother!" Like,
yeah,
and I followed you.
All world.
Man, so like you said, you went to Florida State. Like that's one of the like you said, like all those working like JV football, not being able to make the team. That's what people go through all that for to actually be able to get that. So your parents don't have to pay anything for college. When you first got that offer, how that feel?
Man, listen, dog. How do I explain that? So basically what happened was I think I had just won the state championship. I'm driving home, like it just kind of hit me that I just won the state championship. Like I don't even know what that means because I didn't run track the year before. So I went from nobody to a state champion. And I ran I think I won with like 10-1. So everybody was like freaking out. I don't even know what that means, bro. And it was when dated, but I didn't know what that means. So I don't know what. So I just want to win. So I win, man. And later that night, man, my coach called me and was like, hey, I just want to let you know that, man, LSU, Miami, Florida State, they all, reached out to me about you. And I'm like, what? Like, yeah, man, they reached out to me about you, man. They want to offer you a scholarship, but they can't legally do it until you become a junior.
Mm-hmm.
The window open up. So then I think it was like September 1st of like that same year, but later like that year. So like September 1st, like I became a junior in high school, and the first one came in was Florida State. But I grew up a Miami fan. Like I was going to Miami, bro. A lot of people don't know that. I was going to Miami. My cousin Kermit was going to Miami. I was going to Miami. But then when I started getting better in track, I was like, you know what, man, I want to go to a school where I can do both and it work out. I want to go like the Texas A&Ms, the Florida States, the LSUs, even the Floridas, and I hate Florida. Schools like that, the USCs, like I want to go do both.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like like I said, Florida State was my first official offer, man, and that meant something to me. And then the dude that, like I said, Ricky Argo was coaching me. He graduated from Florida State, so they kind of had an in with him. So they would be, chirping. But I left my recruitment open, and then I ended up committing after my junior year because I felt like that was the place to go. And so, actually, a lot of people don't know this story, but I was this close. I was that close to going to recommitting to Texas A&M. They fired the whole football coaching staff, and I was like, man, Florida State it is. Like that shit right. Like, you never really lived outside of Orlando. Like, man, it's right there. I ain't gonna go. Texas sound kind of far.
Yeah, Texas. Yeah, Texas huge.
And so I was like, you know what, man. And actually, like I had went on my visit. That's why I met Johnny Manziel. I met all them boys on my visit, but he wasn't like him yet. Like Ryan Tannehill was still a starter.
For the Dolphins.
But yeah, man, it was definitely, man, it was something special, man, because all my life, we talked about going D1, but people don't know what it takes to get there. But
it's so hard.
And it's not easy, dog.
So hard. Like the sacrifices, you can't, it's just from eating habits to training habits to, like you said, you live in Florida, so it's so much to do on the weekend. You can't go to everything on the weekend. You gotta stay disciplined. So like, who put that love of football in you? Because even though you're a track athlete, it started with football.
Growing up, man, like we hung out with like the older crowd. Me and Kermit, we hung out with the older crowd. So we saw them play, you know, and we would play with them. So we was, you know, younger than them, but we doing our thing against the big boys. We thinking we the shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just it just was in us, man. Like growing up, man, I can damn near tell you every Super Bowl that was played since like 2000. You know what I'm saying? National championship. I was so invested in football, dog. Just from a mental standpoint, that like I always wanted to go to the NFL. That was my dream. That's why I ran track. I got to high school and was like, man, I'm gonna make it as a football player. I'm gonna go to the league.
Yeah, for
Out of my
sure.
every year, I ain't get moved up to varsity. I was like, oh, I ain't finna make it. That's tough. I'm like, I ain't good enough to be on varsity. Oh, I ain't gonna make it. Like that's crazy.
Man.
But like, had it, man. We just had it growing up, man. It was just, you know, think about in the hood how people make it. Like they don't preach to us, man, go to school and get straight A's, man. They, you know, you either, you know, you like what's the name? What's 2 Chainz album? You rap or you play ball. Like it's just
you either an athlete or you a rapper.
you gotta
you're an entertainer in some way, some form.
Yeah.
Man, then 2013 is when you actually started like to pursue your 2013 is when you actually started to pursue your track career like on the next level. Florida State won the national championship that year.
Oh man. that was such a bittersweet moment for me because I was genuinely so happy, but I was like, ain't that about a bit? Y'all would wait. I leave to win it. I was like, I could have stayed another year. Could have got me a national championship.
That's crazy. That would have been different. That's so crazy.
That was on Jameis' birthday too. So I'm like, man, I know them boys was living it up in California, dog. I wanted to go to the game and everything. My coach at the time, he was an Auburn fan.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, he didn't want to let me go to the game. So I'm already sick. I can't watch the boys. They come back. I let that boy have it. But I came to practice bumping the Florida State fight song for like a week.
Wasn't that the year Jameis won the Heisman?
Yeah. The same year. Yeah. Boy done turned up, man, because me and him redshirted together our freshman year.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Because then right after that season, though, you go on to win 3 straight U.S. national championship in the 60 meters.
Yeah. Like, I was happy to see them boys do their thing, man. Like, and I had the thing is, I knew that I had like at 19 years old, man, I knew that I had pressure on me because everybody's watching, you know, to see if I made the right decision.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, he fast as shit, but did he make the right choice? Yeah, football pay more and all that. But listen, people don't understand in that arena, bro, 224 people get drafted a year. You know how many college athletes there is coming out every year?
Man.
Literally less than 1%, bro. I ain't saying I wouldn't have made it. I'm just saying I got greater chances of running 9 seconds than I did, you know. Yeah, bro.
For sure.
Staying with my little brother, that man been staying with me since he was 14 years old, dog.
Man, that's crazy though, because I was just hooping with this man at William Penn.
Me since he was 14. So when he left there, he came back to me. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy. So I got people to take care of, man. I got mouths to feed. So it's like I had a decision to make, man, and that was just the best decision at the time, and it worked out. I mean, like you said, I won 3 consecutive. Actually, right after that game, because that game was played January 2nd. Either January 2nd or January 6th. I think it was the 6th of January when they won the championship. March of that same year, I went and got an indoor silver medal. I should have won, but I went and got an indoor silver medal. That was like the spark, man. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing them boys do their thing, man, and turn up. I had to do the same for them.
For sure. I don't think people understand like the importance of betting on yourself. Like you have to bet on yourself because like I said, I was just hooping with him at William Penn, but William Penn kicked me out. So one going to class, one doing what I had to do, they kicking me out. And that's probably the best thing that happened to me because now I'm doing the interview thing. I found out what I really want to do in myself. I wasn't doing that at William Penn. If I was still at William Penn, I probably would be doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, like I said, it could have worked out at FSU, but it still worked out anyway. So I have no regrets, man. Like I said, I got mouth to feed and I got baby now. You know what I'm saying? I just came back to track. So, you know, I got to, you know.
Like exactly. That's crazy. That was my next question. You just came back to track. You doing something that a lot of people don't do. You're sponsored by Nike. How does it feel like growing up, seeing people get Nike deals and it's just like, damn, I want one of them. How does it feel when you actually get one yourself and become a Nike athlete?
Well, actually, see, people don't know when I first started track. So from 2013 to 2017, I was with Adidas. And so I walked away from track to play football. I did like training camp with the Colts in 17.
Mm-hmm. And then you had the Seahawks in 18.
And then I did the new league they had in 2019.
In Florida.
I did that for a little bit. I actually broke this arm the first game of the season, and I was like, man, I ain't broke no bones in track. You know, what I'm saying? I was making some nice coins. And then I was like, you know what, man? Then I came back like week 6 of the year because I broke my arm in the first game. Week 6, I came back. The league folded. I'm like, bro, what am I gonna do? I got this baby now. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I was engaged, so I'm
got mouths to feed.
We trying to plan a wedding and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta make some money. I was like, you know what, man? One thing for certain, 2 things for sure. I'm gonna be fast. So I lost some weight. I think I lost like 16 pounds. Lost the weight. Got back on the track. Started training. Ran a couple indoor races, and then I ran 6:49 last year at the Indoor USA Championships. I got second. I got second to Christian Coleman. That boy came and slid. So he came and won, but I ran 6:49. My personal best is 6:48. So everybody like, hold on. And it was off like 3 years. He came back and dropped 6'4", and then I signed with Nike. So
see that's dedication though. Like just like I don't think people know how hard it is to be a professional athlete. Like I know that's everybody's goal, but that is so hard to achieve, especially in a sport where it's not based off team success. Like exactly. It's based off individually. It's you.
It's you versus you. You know what I'm saying? It's really you versus you, but it's you. Like everything is predicated around how fast you run and how fast you. You know what I'm saying? Everything is based off that. Like it ain't got nothing to do with your coach ain't gonna be out there running for you. Trainer ain't gonna be out there running for you. Can you do it when it matters? That's really what matters.
That's why I don't know who actually did the interview, but they was on All the Smoke and I watched it. And he said, the reason I love track it was Macho. He's like, the reason I love track so much is because it's no like, oh, I think this, I think that. It's, are you faster than him?
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to.
There's no like, because we gonna race. We can just race. Like it ain't like, you know how like you can, okay, so for example, last year, everybody wanted to see Kawhi versus LeBron. I'm at the Eastern Conference Finals, Battle of LA, who can get it done? Everybody wanted to see that. You know what I'm saying? In the bubble, all that. Them boys go and smoke the 3-1 lead to Utah, and LeBron go and play Utah, beat Utah, go to the championship, win it, right? You can have that happen in basketball. You can have a team play a shitty game in football and not make it to the championship. But one thing you can do, you can set up the next race that happens. You want to see Marvin Bracy versus Christian Coleman, you got it. You want to see Trayvon Bromell versus Ronnie Baker, you got it. We're going to lock up at some point. And it's going to be who's best on that day. It ain't no running from nobody, ain't none of that.
You got it just comes down to who the fastest. What kind of, but like going into that, like that's an individual sport. So I know with me, if somebody guard me that's really getting the best of me, I can ask for a screen or roll. I can, come on, let me get a switch, let me get off. What kind of dog do you have to be to go out every night and be like, I'm going to run faster than you?
Oh, listen, it's weird, but it's like you really don't think about the competition. Like, you know that they there because y'all like think about it, bro. We in close proximity. Like, this is my lane. He right here. Like, if I stick in my arms, I can touch him. But it's like, bro, you really gotta lock in and focus on what you doing because you know that if you run your best race, you got a chance of winning. So it's like you just go out there and focus on running your best race. Yeah, you are aware of who's around you, and yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, there are certain people like you be in a race where you like, man, I gotta beat him. But you really ain't really focusing on him. You focusing on you, and then you get to the finish line and celebrate or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if you put your best race together and they beat you, it's just like, hey, man, you gotta get them next time.
Yeah, for sure. Because I know I ran track, but I ain't run track like serious run track. I ran track in high school, and it was just because I wanted to run track for basketball to get in better shape for basketball. So I did hurdles, but I wasn't winning no races. I wasn't beating nobody. We had some people on my team that was decent.
Yeah.
But I was just out there just to be out there. I wasn't trying to go state. I knew I wasn't going to state. I wasn't beating nobody in no race. And when I first started off my freshman year, I was so terrible. I started off with the 2 mile and the mile just because my coach wanted me to slim down. But then I slimmed down and I got over 6 foot. So then I'm like, okay, let me do hurdles. I'm going to do something a little shorter. The 400, though, I like the 400.
I ain't fuck with the 400.
But since I'm so slow, when everybody kick at the 100, I had to kick at the 150 because I had to try to keep up. I used to have an asthma attack every time.
Do them 400, boy. I ain't got it in me.
Sprinting is crazy. Like them fast twitch muscles.
Now think about it. It's 9, but you got 9 seconds to be as technical as humanly possible, bro. Like there's really no margin for error. Like especially in today's time, bro. You got the Christian Colemans, the Marvin Bracy's, the Ronnie Bakers, the Fred Curley, the Noah Lyles, like the Justin Gatlin. But you got people running so fast that the margin for error is getting slimmer and slimmer because it's like, man, if you ain't got to start, bro, we not coming back.
Yeah.
When you let me go, it's over with.
That's crazy.
Bro, you know how hard it is to catch a nigga running 9.8 or 9.7?
I'll probably run a 12.
Man, you know how hard that is, but you gotta go. Listen, you gotta take it. So you gotta go with him. Go with him and hold on because he's not coming back.
Man, and it's just, I don't know, it just be looking so tight, like the movements be so strong, like it's just perfecting your craft. Like there's people that perfected their craft.
Think about like a human body, bro, with each step is applying like 1,200 pounds of force. That quick, hitting the ground and coming up off of there. That quick, like it's happening like that. So think about like ground contact time in 100 is what, like less than like 0.01. It's, whatever it is a crazy number. Like you want to be under something, like be like 0.9 or something. Like you think about that's real. You can't count that, bro. Like you
can't.
And get up out of there and get up out of there and keep going faster and faster. But you also want to apply pressure when you come down, but so quick and so fast that you don't sink into the ground.
See, I'm 215. I don't know if I can do that.
Real technical, bro. But believe it or not, we don't be thinking about that when we run. You just run, bro.
You just running. You've been doing it so long. It's just natural.
Run, bro. Like we be knowing when we ain't in a good position. Like you know when something that went wrong. You'll go back to the back and talk to your coach, and he'll be like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Man, I ain't execute the last 30 like I wanted to. Yeah, we're gonna fix that. Yada. Or I ain't execute the start how I wanted to. Okay, we're gonna fix that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just you always going. That's why you always see athletes talk about going back to the drawing boards. Usually, what happened, bro, is something went wrong. Whether it's one small thing that just cost you the race, and it happens like that. It can be one thing, bro. You didn't put your foot. You didn't dorsiflex your foot. Sorry, you didn't dorsiflex your foot at a certain degree, and you might have stumbled. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That cost you the race. I've stumbled a couple times this year. Cost you the race. Or you over-rotated or something. You know, so you overstrided and you stumbled a little bit. Like, it happens.
That's crazy. So after we go this, like, so you decide to become a pro athlete. Mm-hmm. You start winning your race. You start making a name for yourself. But then, like you said, you get those calls in 2017, 2018. You get those calls to join the NFL team. Like, how was that to you, and what kind of what made you be like, okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity?
So in 2016, I had already made the Olympic team in 100. You know, I had ran 9 seconds, 5, 6, 7 times. I was like, you know what, bro? I still have the itch. Like I started thinking about like, damn, like what would my life be like if I played football? So I was like, you know what? Let me go figure it out. I'm young. I was like 22, 23. Let me go figure it out. You know, I gotta, let me go see what's out there. So I learn, I go through training camps and see, bro, like you gotta be a dog out there, bro. That's not easy. Bro, it's 5 weeks of being in the facility for like 13 hours a day, learning plays, going to meetings. You see ain't nothing but dudes. Like you in a hotel with them, you're in a facility with them, you're in a hotel with them. Like it's a grind, bro. Like, then I got to go out there with Russell Wilson and all them boys out there, seeing them boys up close and personal. Like, we working. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Girl out here. You know what I'm saying? I was a big Reggie Bush, my favorite player of all time. I used to talk that boy head off about Reggie Bush. Every day I want to hear a Reggie Bush story. I don't know what it was. I'm talking about what's going on, Reggie Bush, man. What are you doing out there? I want to meet him. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I just wanted to see what it was like, man. I really, I felt like I had what it takes. I was arguably one of the fastest players that, put on pads. So it was like, let me go, and then let me go and show them what I could do. I made plays in training camp, but, it didn't work out how I wanted it to. So that was an itch I needed to scratch. I scratched it, realized, okay, this ain't going to be the rest of my life. I'm back to track. So now I'm picking up where I left off, and I've gotten better.
For sure. Like since you, it's hard enough to become a top player in your state in any sport. It's hard enough to become a crazy college player. But for you to become a pro athlete in 2 sports, team and individual, so it kind of shows like how flexible you have to be. Like, okay, well, if I'm playing this sport, it's not really about me. I got to stick to my plan. I got to stick to this and that. What would you kind of have? What message would you have for like an athlete coming up under you? Your little brother, how would you tell your little brother being a pro is?
For me, for him, he's seen me up close and personal. Like I said, he's been living with me since he was 14. He's like 22. Mm-hmm. So he's been around, for the start of my career as far as a professional, and he's seen me grind my ass off to get there. But for somebody that's not in my house, that doesn't, see me on a regular basis and know what it takes, man, I would just tell them, dog, like, whatever you want to do, you got to actually want to do it. Like, we'll say, I want to run fast. But are you really willing to put in the work to run fast? Like, it ain't just go to practice and you run fast. Like, bro, it is, bro, the running fast actually ain't even just about the practice. Like, we all talented out there. We all have the capabilities of running fast. It's like, can you take care of yourself outside of this? You know what I'm saying? Are you really willing to, I think about it. I was a professional athlete at 19 years old. Are you willing to sacrifice, because think about it, you 19, you making money. I live by myself. I took care of myself. I took care of my family. So it's like, and early on in my career, like I had moved back home. I moved back to Claremont, which is basically Orlando. So I'm from Orlando. So I went to Tallahassee for a year, moved back home and signed a professional contract. So now I'm making money. I'm in my city. Like, I'm turning up, having fun. Are you willing to sacrifice that? Mm-hmm. And that's what I had to learn over the course of years. Like, I had to give up something more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that pizza look good tonight, but are you willing to, eat fish tonight? Are you willing to eat grilled chicken? Are you willing to eat a salad? Are you willing to do this? Are you willing to do that? And that was stuff that I wasn't willing to do. So I hadn't reached my max potential. And then coming back into the sport now, it's like I'm older, I'm wiser. I've learned, okay, like, are you willing to do, like when you play football, are you willing to get them extra workouts in? Yeah, you just had a 2.5 hour practice. Are you willing to put another hour in? The coaches pay attention to that stuff. They see everything, bro. There's cameras everywhere. They see everything, how you integrate, how you interact with people in the facility, how you talk to the janitor. You know what I'm saying? They watch all that. You got to watch all that. Do you soak up, info from other players? Like, bro, Tyson Gay, I started training with him, and that was a luxury. I trained with Tyson Gay my first year pro. And I was with him for like 2 or 3 years. And so I made that man one of my best friends. To this day, I talk to him like every day. Just talking to him, talking his head off about this, that, and the third, just trying to soak up as much information as I can get, out of him so that I can become as great as he was.
That's crazy you said that, because I was up to about 3, 4 in the morning. Like, an ESPN anchor actually shared one of my interviews, and I was up to 3, 4 in the morning talking his head off about just the business, just the, like, anything. Like, if I want to get booked, do I have to have an agent? Can I do it myself? Like, it's so many questions that you be having. It's great when you actually find somebody that's willing to answer those questions. Like, man,
I understand, bro. Like, he was very, like, actually, this how he messed up. One time he had like this little group get together at his house, and this is the first time I ever went to his house. Nice house too. So I get to his crib and I'm looking around like, all right. So I'm really over here on my spy stuff. Okay. Let me see what I'm looking around. I'm like, all right, look like a normal house. Like, he ain't got a bunch of, all right, cool. So I'm the first person there, early too. Just talking to him, just chilling with him, just kicking it with him, showing him that I'm cool. I'm a last, but I left that man's house at like 2 in the morning. Bro, I'm just listening.
That's exactly what I would have did. I would have stayed.
Look, we kicking it. I'm just kicking my boy. I'm like, okay, this dude cool. Like, cause you see him at a track meet, bro, he's so serious. And that's the first time I ever met him was 2011 at the USA Championships. He was serious. So I see him. I'm at his crib, and this dude like goofy as hell. Like, he cool. Like, he a normal person. Like, he ain't no robot. I'm like, okay, kind of, he's cool. It's like, he's somebody I can hang around. So I'm just talking to him, bro, and I'm realizing, y'all see the time. I'm like, man, I ain't got nowhere to be. Talking to him. So as I'm leaving, he was like, hey, man, man, I don't really be doing nothing, man. You always welcome over, if you in there, whatever. I was like, hey, you mean that? He was like, yeah. I was like, all right. So listen, I pull up to the man's house. I don't even tell him I'm coming. Like, I just pull up, bro. I got a gate code. I got a gate code. I'm pulling up, bro. Hey, bro, I'm outside your house, bro. He ain't going nowhere. He don't be doing nothing. Man, I'm at your house, bro. Like, I know he might be busy. Like, I hit him up, like, hey, bro, I'm gonna come through. And usually he said, all right, cool. Like, unless he's doing something. But I would just be pulling up, just talking to him, man, just about, everyday life and stuff like that, man. Because, dude was cool. And he was willing to take me in. Because you got a lot of these OGs that be hating. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to mold the next and help. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's almost like he coming up to take my spot.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of them try to wait till they done which is cool. You try to wait till you done competing against, but it's like, bro, you can kind of, groom somebody, man. Because at the end of the day, bro, one thing about this sport right here, I don't give a damn how you are, what you are, ain't gonna affect me in the sense that it ain't gonna stop me from running fast. So if it's destined for me to start beating you, like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to be that, as far as track and field goes, like talking to some of the young guys, and I do with some of the young guys in my group. Like I talk to them.
For sure, for sure. How important do you think it is to like your circle around you? Like I'm somebody that's starting to think like about like I done did this, I done did that. I ain't got no change out of life out of this and that. So I'm starting to change certain things around me. How important do you think it is to change like the people that's around you?
Okay, so it's very important, and it doesn't mean that you have to X people out. It just that you have to figure out how to structure your time. Like all my boys, listen, growing up, I ain't really make friends because I grew up with my cousins and my boys in the hood. Like they still my boys to this day. So it's like, but they do different stuff than what I do. So it's like we just kind of like structure, you know what I'm saying? Like I pull up, I was actually there. I went home last weekend and I was there, you know what I'm saying? But I'm in and out. Like I ain't hanging out on the block all day. It should go down, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be caught up in something I ain't got no business in. So you just kind of like you gotta structure that and you gotta taper it, but you also want to spend time around people that, and when I say above you, I don't mean like you're nobody. We're not above nobody in life. I don't give a damn who you are, how famous you are. We all people. When I say above you, I just mean like, okay, in track and field, Tyson Gay is arguably one of the greatest Americans of all time. So he's above me in that realm because I haven't done nothing in track and field. So I'm hanging with somebody where I'm trying to get to their level. The Justin Gatlin's, like I talked to bro, you know what I'm saying? That man cool, you know what I'm saying? He throw a little wisdom, here and there. And so I'm trying to get to that level, again, arguably one of the greatest Americans. So you want to talk and put yourself in a realm of these people so that you can achieve that because it always gives you something to work towards. But if you hang around people that, are down here or doing different things, they don't understand. Like my boys don't understand track and field. They don't understand that, bro. Sometimes like throughout the weeks, during the season, bro, I gotta go to practice. I gotta go home. I ain't no hanging out all day. Ain't no going out this weekend. Ain't no doing this. Ain't no doing that. I gotta be at the crib. I gotta chill. I gotta keep my body fresh. Like I gotta be locked in. But when you throw your attention, elsewhere, this game is mental, bro. Everybody's fast up here. Like it's some fast people in this world, dog. It's some fast people in this world. But this game is mental. It's about can you stay locked in up here? And that just starts with your circle. Like who are you putting yourself around? You want to be around great coaches and great athletes. Like in my training group alone, I train with Trayvon Bromell, Andre DeGrassi. We got Omar McLeod. We got Divine Oduduru, Hakeem Sonny Brown. You know what I'm saying? We got Blessing Okabar. We got, but it's so many like Adam Jamili. Like it's so many people in this group that are up here that it's hard not to be up there. You know what I'm saying? Like even months back, man, Trayvon did an interview and told people that we was gonna go 1-2 at USA. It's like he saw me every day working. He didn't. Everybody else didn't see it, but he saw me. I just had a couple setbacks, and I had to, get stuff back on track. But then me and him go drop 9-7 and 9-8. It wasn't a surprise to us. We been knew that was gonna happen. Not on like some cocky stuff, but that's what I've been working for.
You put that work in for.
That work in. Like he was my measuring tool. Like I'm training with this man every day. I know where I'm at. He know where I'm at. My coach know where I'm at. My coach told me I can do it all year. And I believed it. And that's what you gotta believe. You really gotta believe that you can go out there and do something. You gotta believe. If you don't believe it, bro, it's just not gonna happen.
For sure.
I don't care how hard you work. If you don't believe it's gonna happen, it's not gonna happen. Because it's always gonna be one thing that stop you from achieving that. That you gotta believe in yourself. Like I said, I walked away from the sport after making an Olympic team, bro. I believed that I could play football. And then I was like, you know what, man? I'm breaking arms. The league folded. You know what? Let me go get me an Olympic medal. And I believe that I can go out and achieve it. So I lost the weight and started training for track again and came back.
And went and got it.
It's doable. It is doable, man. But don't get me wrong, you gotta have a talent for it. But if you got that, bro, and you gotta drive, you gotta stay driven. Like you said, you gotta put yourself around, good people. You gotta put yourself around people that want to see you succeed. You can't be around crabs. You can't be around people that want to pull you back down because you're gonna have those and like you're gonna have people that's like, nah, but you getting a little too ahead of yourself. Like, come here real quick. It's just how it is, bro. That's on my business side, that's on my personal side.
For sure. Like I said, I appreciate the interview. Last question I got for you, because this series made me so mad. How you feel about Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks winning the championship? I lost $200 on this game. I was so upset.
I'm actually happy for him, dog.
That's the
Man,
thing. He an athlete that I like though. Like I'm happy for him, but I'm mad.
yeah, man, he deserved it, man. Like he worked, you know what I'm saying? And then but him overcoming being the number one seed for 2-3 years in a row and getting there and flaming out, you know what I'm saying? Not even making it to the Western Conference Finals sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Just so seeing that, man, like I am a big fan of a changing of the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, like, yeah, LeBron my favorite player. But it's nice to see other people get them one. You know what I'm saying? LeBron can't get there. He's out of the playoffs. Now, LeBron was playing, then I'd be like, come on, man. You know, as far as like, seeing other people, it's nice to see Devin Booker get the attention that he deserves. I would have loved to see Chris Paul get one. So this was the one championship I can say I really didn't have a horse in this race. It was like it could have went any way. Like I would have been so happy for Chris Paul finally getting over that hump. But it was nice to see Giannis, young. I mean, he's younger than me. He's 26 years old. Mm-hmm. Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time MVP,
most improved, 5-time All NBA first team.
Nice to see all that man hard work finally just because it's like me. You know what I'm saying? Like I was getting so close. I was getting so close, and just something would set me back. But it was just nice that for everything to just manifest and come out. So I'm kind of happy for him. I'm happy for him, man. It's nice to see, like I said, nice to see somebody different in there. Like I got tired of seeing the Warriors in Cleveland in there, man. I ain't want to see that shit. Like I want LeBron to make it, but it's like, come on, man.
I just need AD to stay healthy, man.
Bro, dude, I'm not even like I'm a Magic fan, bro. Like, but my team, listen, it goes Magic, and then it goes whoever LeBron playing for.
I got to the point where I don't even cheer for teams no more. I just love players. So like,
bro, I'm hoping that they get Dame or somebody over there. I don't know, man. Like
everybody switch teams so much now.
Listen, everybody just make a big three at this point, dog. I don't even care, man. I just want to see some basketball. Like I hope like KD and all them boys stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? Listen. So at a point in time, KD was my favorite player, but then he had went to the Warriors. I was sick because I had met him. Like I walked with him in the opening ceremony at the Olympics, like side by side. Like I got on video. Like we was next to each other. Yeah, bro. Like me and Christian Coleman. I got a picture. I put it on my Instagram as a picture of me and Christian Coleman. Like we short too, bro. Like, oh yeah, so all you see is in the background, KD, Melo, Clay, Kyrie, DeMar DeRozan,
come true,
and Barnes. Like you see all DeAndre Jordan. You see all them boys. You know what I'm saying? We walking with them, and I was such a huge KD fan. I even wanted him to beat LeBron in the championship in 2012 when he was with OKC. I rooted for OKC. I hated the Heat. I hate the Heat. Like I hope they never win another game.
I was a Celtics fan.
So I rooted for that. And then I was like, man, then he left and went to the Warriors, bro. I was sick. Like I kept scrolling. Man, I seen that. I was like, man, of all the places he could have went, he went to the Warriors, man. Be real.
Hey, I was sick too though, because I was a Celtics fan because Kevin Garnett my favorite player ever. But then like LeBron is just LeBron, like. So it's like, all right, I'm rooting for Celtics, but I'm rooting for LeBron.
Space Jam.
I loved it. It's crazy. Like, I loved it. Like, me and my girl straight watching it. And I ain't going to say it's better than the original. It's goofy. Like, it's made for kids. Like, it was just good to see LeBron in a different, like he looked uncomfortable a little bit.
He did. It was different. Well, I feel like we ain't going to fully appreciate that movie. One, because it's a remake. We're not gonna fully appreciate it until later in life when we all like the older heads, and most of those shows or movies that they reference ain't on TV no more. Like once we don't see Looney Tunes for a while, or all the stuff that they reference for a while, like once, man, Instagram might not even be popular. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
30 years from now. And so once we get, once we be like, damn, Instagram, like they mean, the thing about nowadays, we see somebody say something about MySpace, and we're like, MySpace, that was middle school. You know what I'm saying? So when we get down the line and we don't see these shows on a regular basis, this movie gonna come on VH1 or something, and we're gonna be like, oh snap, Space Jam 2 on. You're gonna see Bugs Bunny and all them boys. LeBron, you know what I'm saying? He gonna be 60, 70 years old. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see all that. You're gonna be like, damn, I really can't. Okay, now I get it. Like, I get it.
Because I don't think people realize.
Took 10, 11, 15 years to come out. Like they come out with a part 2 and it really topped the original. Bro, Finding Nemo didn't do it. I ain't gonna lie, The Incredibles was the closest. Incredibles 2 was probably the closest movie
Incredible
coming
Hulk.
out years later, and we like, you know what? That shit was hard, boy. Hey,
He said that was totally wicked.
Yeah, like we don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't, and then everybody always comparing LeBron to Jordan anyway. So every step of the way, they was gonna compare this man to, you know what I'm saying? So
but
it's
people
like,
didn't even like the original Space Jam till a little afterwards. Like it's not like the Space Jam was an original hit. They was saying Jordan looked goofy, Jordan looked, and now look at it now. Now everybody mad that he made it too. It's gonna take our kids to look at it for us to realize like it's for kids.
Also, I think I saw a tweet or a post or something. I think it was on Facebook, and somebody was like, "Man, LeBron can be playing, LeBron can be playing by himself against the KKK for the free black, and we will still root against him, bro. They just don't like LeBron, bro.
They
like,
don't like LeBron
bro,
like nothing.
That movie could have been a box office killer, and they still would have found a way to like tarnish it. I don't understand, bro. Like why the man hated so much, bro. Like,
and they hate him so much that they go buy everything he do. Like the movie was the #1 in the country. If I hate somebody that much, I'm not going to watch this man movie.
Hey, bro, like they because the thing is, to hate on him, you gotta watch what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta watch his movie to say, okay, I don't like the movie, because you don't know you don't like the movie until you watch the movie. And then it's like, man, everything is popular or unpopular opinion. So everything is unpopular opinion. The movie, man, is what
anything about LeBron is anything unpopular about LeBron is popular. Like if you say anything against LeBron is popular, and LeBron just I don't see how he do it. He just take it like he just take.
I don't see how he just like I got listen. I got a great deal of respect for people whose life is under like a microscope, dog, like a telescope, not a microscope. His life is under a telescope, and it's like, bro, especially in this era now, there's phones everywhere, bro. Like he can't do
nothing.
Like he can't do nothing without he can't do nothing without eyes on him, bro. Like he can't tie shoes at the game without people like, look at him tying his shoes. Like he don't even know how to tie shoes. Like, damn, brother.
He take too long to tie his shoe.
Think about it, bro. The man, he left his team. Yeah, he left Cleveland with her the first time. Like I was mad that he left because he went to Miami. He could have went anywhere else. I was just mad he went to Miami. Like we gotta make Heat good. So he leave him. He go back to his team. They hate that decision. He get his team a championship. Then he leave and go to LA. That becomes a thing. And now it's like, damn, but he can't do nothing right.
Then he won a championship for LA. And they're like, oh, well, it was the bubble. Like it's his fault Corona came. Like, it's not I played under the same circumstances everybody else played under.
Like, bro, like LeBron can't get a technical, bro. That's gonna be trending on, bro. Then Giannis wins a championship. Now they comparing, now they talking about, is he better than LeBron? Why this ain't LeBron moment, bro? Why y'all bring that man up? That man ain't got nothing to do.
This man done been to 10 finals in a decade.
For him, you don't have to compare Giannis to LeBron, but you talk about Giannis and how great he was. They gotta find a way to talk about, like, he's must-see TV. Like, think about it, bro. It's been his way since he's 36. He's been his way since he's 18. Since he's 18 old, bro, coming into the league, bro. He had this scrutiny. Like the man ain't had no cheating scandals. He ain't
got arrested.
Like he ain't racist.
He ain't even whooped his kid.
Bro, like
kid got caught smoking weed. LeBron said nothing.
He said, like, bro, what do y'all really want from him, bro? Like, what we really ain't gonna appreciate this man until he done, bro. Like,
man, and when he done, I'm gonna be so hurt. I might cry when LeBron retires.
Who am I gonna root for, man?
Like
my brother make it to the league.
KD look like he getting old about a minute. He just need to cut it off and go bald.
Oh, like that, man. Listen, man. But that man, like I said, that man is under a microscope, dog, and I can't imagine living my life like that. Like I don't see. The thing is, bro, I don't do nothing I do for the fame of it. Like I just want money. I don't give a damn about. You don't gotta put me on your commercials. You ain't gotta highlight me at the race. You ain't gotta talk about me. I'm gonna come out here and do my thing and go home. Do the little post-race interview. But y'all ain't gotta highlight me and post all my stuff everywhere. And don't worry about, can I do this or can I do that? I'm just gonna do it. So that's where all the pressure and stuff come from, when you put all these expectations is the leading catalyst for disappointment.
From other people, though. It don't even be your expectations.
Like,
it be somebody else's expectations of what they wish they can do.
Yeah, like I ain't limited and all. That's why I don't put into all that media stuff. I don't do all that. Now listen, I got Instagram and all that because I just enjoy having social media. I don't do that to, they talk about building your brand, this and third. Like, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But for right now, man, I just want to run fast. That's all I care about.
Yeah, like people be telling me why ain't you should try to interview Jason Tatum? Da, da, da. Just because I'm from St. Louis don't mean Jason Tatum just gonna do an interview with me.
Right.
Like, do you know it's levels to this? Like,
Right.
like
it's definitely
I'm
levels.
excited when a blue check mark even respond.
Yeah, no, but definitely, man. I will say this, man. I mean, and it's as cliche as humanly possible, but you do miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You know what I'm saying? So if that is something that you aspire to do, man, like even if it takes for you to reach out to somebody close to him, like get anybody you can, reach out to anybody you can, man, because it's like you never know who's gonna say yes. Like it's funny to me because people are like inbox me or talk to me and be astonished that I reply. I'm like, bro, first of all, I got like 20,000 followers. Like I ain't no Hollywood ass dude.
Man,
Like
I was so surprised you responded. I told my girl, look.
people don't understand, bro. I'm a regular person. Like I don't do all that media. Like it be superficial to me. Like I talk to people, bro. It be the people like y'all that be, you know what I'm saying? That be the authentic people. Like I don't want to talk to the people in the big media. Yeah, it comes a time where you have to, but like I don't want to talk to them. All it be superficial questions. They ask you something they want to ask you. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's all the same. It's all generic. You don't know what you're getting from doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like going to Prime 112 versus just going to a mom and pop place. Like you might go and hit a food cheap, but it's hidden. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that, bro. Like you know what I'm saying?
Hot wings and cheese fries always gonna smack.
Man, I'm mad. Listen, I'm mad that like I do got like, you know, don't get me wrong, I love having my stuff verified, but it's like I can't say certain stuff on social media, bro. I be want to go off.
Yeah.
I can't say
hey, just let me know. I'll post it for you.
I can't say first words. I can't go at certain people. Like everything you do, because like even though I'm not here, everything you do that people screenshot. It's a screenshot error. You know what I'm saying? Like I be want to talk a little, you know, talk my stuff, but it's like you gotta, you know, because they went in. That's when they put it in. You get labeled as the bad boy. Or you get labeled as, you know, stuff like that. And so it's like you just gotta kind of watch because other companies watch that stuff.
Yeah, because
like,
me and my homeboy was just on the phone before this interview, and we was talking about like, oh yeah, we gotta clean up our social media just a little bit. When you throwing the west side, when you we gotta stop all that. We gonna try to do this. We gonna try to do that. We like, yeah, for sure. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, you got to. Like, you just have to.
Listen, bro. It's a game. It's a political game. You just gotta be a part of because politics run everything. Like you can sit here, like, okay, you know, like, okay, for example, you know why? Like, think about Chance the Rapper, great rapper. He's good artist. He could be so much bigger, but you know he's independent, so there's nobody pushing him. So everything he's doing is promotion. Yeah, he's getting all the money from it, but you would be making more because the masses will be pushing you. And it's just like everything else, bro. You got to start somewhere. Like, bro, I genuinely hope, bro, right from the bottom of my heart, I genuinely hope, bro, like you interviewing dudes courtside, or you got your own podcast, or you taking this to like the highest degree. Like I genuinely hope that for you, bro, because I love to see people flourish and start from the bottom. Like it's nice to see because everybody started from somewhere. Yeah, you got people that start with favors and stuff, so they start hitting and start from here. But it's nice to see people start from here and get here. And I really, you know, I want to look back a couple years and be like, damn, I did an interview with that dude, you know, sitting in my kitchen talking to him, you know what I'm saying? And now he talking to LeBron, or he talking to AD, or he talking to Jason Tatum. Like I'm looking forward to seeing that interview. Now that one specifically, bro, because like I said, it's a hometown thing. So like I just like it, but like I said, it's a game you're gonna have to play. Until you get here, then you kind of make your own rules. But until you get there, you got to break through so many, you know, barriers to get there. When you get there, you can say, okay, well, this is how it's gonna go. We can say this. Like think about all the smoke. Them boys be cursing, you know, doing all
everything they doing.
When you get to that level, you can do what you want to do. Like I watch I Am Athlete. When you get to that level, you run it. You sit back and run it. How you have your guest on. You can do what you want to do. Like, and it's just a political game you got to play. And it's like that in track and field, but you got to play nice until you get it out. If you want to come out and be the bad boy, the thing is with that is you got to deliver.
And you got to deliver, and you got to understand that you're going to make enemies while you're doing that.
That's exactly. So you got to make sure, listen, if you're willing to go down that road, you willing to go down that road. You willing to talk your shit, do it. But you got to run fast because every time you run bad, they're going to be like,
you just said.
Like, they can't wait for Shakira to mess up. They can't wait for her to get beat. Just so they can have something to talk about. I want to see keep winning. Keep winning. Talk it. Just keep winning. That's all. Hey, that's all it is.
That's all it is. Man, this interview just meant a lot to me. I appreciate everything you said, man. You know we're gonna stay in contact for sure. You different though, like you different. Like Then Bracy, that's my dog, man.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Like, I'm finna snap him in a minute. That's my dog.
Oh, bro, man, like I said, man, I look forward to seeing you, you taking this to the next level, man. And I appreciate you having me, dog. Like from the bottom of my heart, like I really appreciate you having me, man. This was authentic. This is the type of thing that people get away from when they get that notoriety. You know what I'm saying? And these are the type of things that keep you grounded. So like I said, man, I look forward to, seeing you take this to the next level. I'm honored to always come on, man, no matter what we're talking about. Stay tuned. I got some more fireworks coming. And man, just we'll definitely stay in contact.
For sure. Nothing but blessings to you, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.